The father of a girl who was raped aged 13 and has been waiting 2 years for her case to be heard, has spoken about the devastating impact of court delays. The girl now faces a further delay of 9 months after a suitable judge could not be found to hear the case. It is one of many criminal trials which are stuck in the court system, with funding cuts and COVID blamed for the backlog. The government says swift action for victims is a priority. Serious sexual offences are taking the longest time on record to go through the Crown Courts in England and Wales. The father, interviewed by the BBC, described how the delays to his daughter's rape trial had affected her and the rest of the family. Earlier this summer, as they prepared for the case to finally be heard, they were told they would have to wait another 9 months. In a moving interview with the Today program's Mashal Hussain, the father described the trauma of the initial attack and the subsequent court delays. It was the summer of 2020 when COVID lockdown had been lifted enough to allow visits to parks. One afternoon, the man's daughter, who was 13 at the time, took a bus to meet some friends in a neighboring village. When she began her journey home, she was attacked in broad daylight. "Obviously, we're careful about where she goes. She wasn't out at night," explains her father. The girl was interviewed by police. A man was caught, arrested and charged with the attack. Later, when the family knew the case was going to trial, the girl was cross-examined. Vulnerable victims and child witnesses can have their evidence video recorded in advance, away from courtrooms. It is then played during the trial and means, in most cases, the vulnerable person does not need to attend in person. "This was all highly distressing, but my daughter got through it. Then the nightmare started to kick in," her father says.